Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Frantic Nerdcast, episode 61. I hope you're having a lovely fucking day. How is everyone?
I'm having a lovely fucking day.
Well, that episode is, if we ever get monetized, that episode is instantly monetized because you're not allowed to swear until like 3.5 minutes in.
Oh. Just include, I'd say include the additional bullshit that we were rambling before we started recording. But, fuck.
You had one job. One job.
Fuckity fuck.
All right, it's good to be back for another week of nerdy goodness. What are we doing today?
I don't know.
Because AJ hasn't the right sheet. Brock, what are you doing?
What are we doing? We're going to talk about some stuff as we usually do. We'll go through our social media little snippets and talk some bullshit about that, which is always fun. We're going to have a little chat about Devil May Cry because we've now all finished that one. But we're also, I believe, or we should be all up to date on Daredevil Born Again as the last episode came out yesterday. So we'll have a bit of a chat about that because, I mean, good to have some more stuff and good content out there to talk about.
Some of us haven't finished it.
Who hasn't finished it?
Me.
Why not?
Because I don't give a fuck.
Then why did you nod when I said everybody's finished?
Because we're still going to talk about it because I don't care.
Fair enough.
I've watched half the season.
Get over it.
Yep. There you go. I've ruined my part for that story.
That's all right.
We don't need to talk about it now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look. Well, seeing as we've done that, and we like usually start talking about rumors, let's
just jump straight into
Let's just jump straight into Daredevil. Let's go. Fucking boom. What do we call? Let's just guess that it's TV shows. Close enough. Close enough. Let's go.
We've started off with a bang.
Yeah.
All right. So Daredevil Born Again, more or less Disney's having a crack at the Netflix originally started show. This is technically season 4 of the run, but it's they're rebranded as Born Again, so season 1, etc., etc. My initial thoughts: I enjoyed it. I wanted to enjoy it more. It just, I don't know. It fell short in a few points.
It started strong. It then certainly dipped, and I think the last 2 episodes brought it back a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely brought it back.
The villain they brought in, because without trying to be too spoiler heavy for the people that
No,
haven't
fuck
watched
it. Spoilers.
Well, for Muse, the Muse part baffled me a bit because he seemed to come and go. They did the same thing with White Tiger, which I understand. A, he died, and B, it was to help set up more of the show.
Well,
the actor that played him died as well, so that's why his
That was after the show was done, though.
Yeah, but either way, that I understand that perspective more than Muse's sort of big reveal and then just killed off straight away.
So I understand why they did that because it was sort of to boost Dr. Glenn, Matt Murdock's love interest, like to give her a boost and sort of push her further into the Fisk's realm, so to speak. So I got that part of it. Completely understand what you're saying though. Like he was just sort of there to build something else up that didn't need to be built that way. So let's point the camera at this guy and then fucking just get rid of him.
But even with that, you could have done the same thing and just not killed him off. Like he could have escaped somehow last minute or things like that. And maybe Daredevil's the one that allowed him to escape, again, furthering the vigilantes are.
And the other thing was to drive that rift between Matt Murdock and Dr. Glenn. What's her name? Is it Kirsten? I can't remember.
Honestly, she's one of the most forgettable characters in the show.
She's not she hasn't left a great mark on me throughout the show. So
continuing on with spoilers, and I haven't finished it. Foggy come back?
No, he doesn't come back.
Did they tease it?
No, they didn't. Which I quite liked that they didn't.
No,
they
but
just sort of left it.
In a way, he was a big part in the reveal at the end because it was his case that, which is why he was killed, was relevant later on in the show. But yeah, other than that, there's no mentions of that. Punisher comes back at the end in the final.
Does he actually do anything?
Karen comes back.
Yeah,
Karen comes back.
Well, I know obviously she does. I mean, her and Foggy are both been announced for the next season.
No, I mean, she was back in the last episode.
I gather she was.
But to me, the second last episode with the black and white ball, that was when I think Kingpin really started to come out with some of the menacing things and. Ben Urich's niece from the very first season, her coming out and like throughout the first part of the season, you start to think she's sort of going along with Fisk's agenda, and then she reveals here, no, she's actually keeping the enemies closer and trying to get those bits she needs on the inside to help.
Yeah, that was good.
Unmask Fisk as who he truly is.
But I think, as you said, like the last couple of episodes got better. Like the last episode, it is bloody. It is very, very bloody. Like straight away, like bringing Punisher in and saying, right, you just go have some fun. Like that was pretty much what it looked like, with Matt over in the corner going, no, Castle, don't do that. And then he's just literally cutting pieces.
Don't do this. Don't do this. But yeah, the comedic timing between Murdoch and Punisher is always good. Mm-hmm. Definitely thought Kingpin was a character again that started strong. The middle parts definitely thought he waned a little bit, but then again, the last 2 episodes, like his intensity and violent nature definitely came back to the forefront. Became more believable as a Kingpin and Reign of Terror.
I honestly think the whole show was just wasted opportunities.
Yes.
It's very much, to me, felt like I'd be very interested to see what the other version of the show was like, because this one just seemed like, well, we've got this idea, we've got this idea, we've got this idea, and we've got this idea. So we're just going to do all those ideas and attempt to put a little storyline connecting them all. But it just felt like a mishmash of ideas that just didn't join for me.
I think that what they've done is they have exactly what you've said. They've put together too many different storylines and try to have a single thing carrying it through. Yep. I think they had enough content for 2 seasons, hence the reason we're getting 2 seasons. Season 1 is a build for season 2.
Yeah, so I was just about to say that. I have high hopes for the second season.
I mean, you can't make a show like that.
I know you can't. Like, it's annoying and it's frustrating, but I think that might be why they came out so heavy and said, like, we are doing 2 seasons. Like, and it's ultimately, in my opinion, it's going to be very much part 1, part 2.
Well, like, you look at season 1, and it's like I'm comparing season 1 to this season 1 just for the sheer fact of both seasons didn't have Daredevil in it. He wasn't Daredevil in both seasons. Season 1 just accomplished it so much fucking better.
100% they did.
It had one coherent storyline from start to finish, beautifully done. This was just a mess of storylines. Don't get me wrong, it was fucking cool. Episodes 2, 3, and 4, like, would have been great if it was a courtroom drama show, but it's Daredevil.
Yeah.
I want to see Daredevil.
Yeah.
It started getting interesting in the Benka episode. I found that was the most interesting episode of the first few episodes.
That was interesting, but it was also the one that I thought was the most filler of the lot.
It was 100% was filler, but it was one of the most interesting episodes. Yeah. And I mean, I do love that this season Matt Murdock has a fascination with breaking kneecaps. Like, oh, there's a straight leg. I'm going to break that.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah. And like the love interest could not give a fuck.
She was the thing for me that missed the mark the most.
It was forced just so that they had something for Muse to drive a wedge between
and even
push into
Muse.
Fisk. Like, it was
Muse should have been the baddie throughout the whole season.
That's what I thought.
He should have been fucking with Kingpin and with Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like that, and like having to force them to work together, but ultimately be against each other at the same time, so that the last episode could have been like a big 3-way thing between Kingpin, Daredevil, and him.
They effectively did that with Dex at the end of season 3. The whole 3-way between Dex, Fisk, and
who's Dex?
Poindexter. Bullseye.
Just call him fucking Bullseye. I don't know what his real name is.
Benjamin Poindexter.
It's the guy from Heart of Dixie. I know him as the guy from Heart of Dixie, okay?
But yeah, so like the reveal for Muse midway through the season and what he was doing, and then even like his whole lair and things like that, like it just built him up to be this main massive character, and then he was gone.
Banksy if he was a murderer.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I tell you what, though, there is, like, as we said, the Fisk, and he sort of built up a little bit more in the last couple of episodes, and he comes back out of his shell. There's one scene, or not a scene, but a bit where he literally crushes the commissioner's skull. And that scene in itself...
that's Kingpin.
And
that's fucking Kingpin.
The way that was done, like, because it got overset with him talking with a bunch of new... No, not with Punisher.
No, but the scenes were just... So there was him having this scene with the new cadet, or new recruits to the task force, effectively.
Yeah.
And then Punisher having his moment where he's been captured by the task force as well.
Yeah. So he's fucking up some task force members, like, and saying a bit of shit and whatnot. And then, he's just literally got his hands around the commissioner's skull. But... does a couple of close-ups and you can just see like reddening around the eyes. Nice. You can see like pain in his face.
Yeah, the sound when it goes.
But the end, like he crushes and it just goes and just pops and literally the whole bottom jaw just fucking strips away from his face. The top just sort of splits up and over. You're like, oh fuck, yep, there you go. That's what they got the R rating for.
That happened.
But yeah, the season also felt like it should have been having
3 episodes.
possibly, but yeah, even having it's the storyline should have been Daredevil and Kingpin trying to live their new lives, but then ultimately having Muse, as you said, Muse drawing them back out into their true self of being Kingpin and Daredevil, and then ending it with it moving on. Where this just felt like even Kingpin just felt like a very generic character up until really the two last final 2 episodes.
It to me, it should have been episodes 1, possibly 2. Like episodes 1 and 2 is when they are not their Kingpin and Daredevilness. End of episode 2, that's when shit starts happening. That's when the Daredevil costume should have come back. That's when Kingpin should have been doing nasty shit, but sort of in the background things, so having his like dual identity. That's when it should have all happened, instead of fucking episode 6 when it starts happening.
But as I said, I have hopes that the next season will be better, because I think this was literally all just world building again. Ready to go for the. In
honesty, I think if I didn't know for a fact that season 2 is currently being filmed, I would have been like, this show's getting cancelled. It's not getting another season.
I would unfortunately agree.
Yeah,
it had good moments. It had some.
I enjoyed
great
it.
Moments. I enjoyed. Yeah, exactly. I enjoyed it. It had some great moments, but it wasn't enough to sort of say, right, this was an incredible show.
Yeah, no. Season 3 of the Netflix Daredevil was the worst season of the 3 seasons, and it was still better than this season, in my opinion.
I think as a season, yes, but this had better moments.
Yeah. Only because I think season 3 had a coherent storyline going throughout the whole thing, where this one had the moments, had higher highs, but definitely had lower lows.
So in any case, we don't have to wait too long for season 2 to come along.
Next year, isn't it?
Yep, next year, coming out in March 2026. So
give me another season of Echo.
Yeah,
I want another season.
We probably won't get one, because that came out as the Spotlight, which they've done fuck all of. I thought they would have done more of those.
Well, we've got the Punisher Spotlight coming.
We're getting
but that's not a Spotlight. It's a special
Spotlight, but
presentation.
it's not a Spotlight.
Yeah.
We're getting another werewolf one. Werewolf by Night.
Yes, that was one of my screenshots.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I want some more Man. There's a Man Thing.
I still haven't seen it.
I can never remember which one's Marvel. Which Swamp Thing is DC. Man Thing is Marvel. Yeah.
One question though: do you think with his comment towards the end of getting the army ready to fight Fist, do you think they'll be bringing back some of the other defenders like Luke Cage? Well, Jessica Jones has
already been said, heavily rumored that they're all coming back.
Yeah, that would make sense for how they've left it and where it's to go. That makes sense to bring more of them back.
The only one that wasn't sort of confirmed was Iron Fist, and one of the things that was kicking around the last couple of weeks is just give me another fucking chance.
Yeah, it was him saying, "Look, I promise you, I can do better if I have something better to work with."
Yeah. Frank's come and said, "Give me good writing, I'll do a better job."
Which is it's fair enough, man. I can give the dude another chance, because, like, honestly, the writing was not the best writing in that show.
I think another point of the army will be the vigilantes that you see all captured towards the end. They don't really give names and whatnot.
Well, that was a lot of the council members too being captured as well.
Yeah, but because they close in on a couple of them, and because they've already highlighted that one of them was a vigilante, and then you've got Punisher down there. So I seen that as a bit of an alludement to.
Yeah,
did we get White Tiger back?
No,
did the young girl become White Tiger?
You got a snippet of her at the end around the same time when they're talking about like an army and uprising and fighting. So it was a close up of her with a few cops in the background. So she'll be in season 2.
Obviously she's going to be White Tiger in season 2.
Well, she is through the comics as well. So.
Yeah.
So Daredevil. Look, worth a watch, but it was unfortunately disappointing for how much was keen for this one to come through.
Well, while we're talking TV shows, can I talk Invincible since I finally watched season 1?
Yeah, go ahead.
How about we give our packs for Daredevil first?
Sorry, yeah. Brock?
I will find mine because I did it.
All right, well, 7. Guys go. I'm going 7 packs. As I think it was good, but definitely not hitting that upper echelon of shows.
I'm going to say 5.
Mine was a 6.
Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Did not agree. Okay, so now Zach, over to you.
So finally,
that's not Zach. You're Zach.
I'm Zach. So finally, after many prompts from you two to watch Invincible, finally watched season 1. At some point got a bit of My Hero Academia vibes, but much more brutal. Obviously, love the intro with how they always cut away to the scene with Invincible in the different ways. It always made me chuckle. But yeah, it's good. The last 2 episodes again made the season, I think, with the revelation of Omni-Man's true goal and things, because I was trying to figure out what he was trying to do, and it just nothing really made sense what I came up with. Didn't come up with what happened, so that was a good twist. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, he doesn't win ever, really. Gets fucked up left, right.
That's pretty much a continuation in the
War, he
comics.
gets fucked up. So.
And that's one of the things that I really like about this show is that it is the protagonist. He's getting absolutely smashed every comic, every episode, whatever. He's getting smashed, but he comes back, he bounces back, he gets stronger, he gets defeated by a stronger guy, and then takes the next stronger guy, and just keeps building. And it is a really brilliant character progression through the seasons.
Well, and that's why I got a bit of like academia vibes with
Midori. It's very much like academia in that way.
Every time he sort of tries to progress, it means he's breaking an arm or breaking a leg or things like that, and that sort of vibe. But it's just a lot more gorier, really, throughout the show.
Fuck me, that's the fight against Omni-Man where he just holds his head at the train.
In the train.
You wait till the Conquest fight. They've taken that and they upped it by about 55 million.
Again, I watched that fight. I was like, oh, he's going to get fucked up by a train. And then when he goes through the train, everyone's getting fucked up behind him. Like, holy fuck.
Was not expecting that. I was just sitting there going.
It's full on. It is in your face and it is so fucking good. Like, it is brilliant.
Yeah, without spoiling the next season, so I thought, because I was expecting Omni-Man to die somewhere at the start from a comment you made before that his dad dies and he takes over the mantle, not knowing what happens in season 2. Obviously, if he survives a lot there, but I was waiting for Omni-Man to die like in one of the early episodes, and he just never died. So that's why I was trying to figure out what was going on.
When we were saying that, we were talking about the other verses, because there is a multiverse of Invincibles and whatnot, and in some of them,
that's what the Invincible War we were talking about.
So
that's season 3.
That's season 3.
Yeah. So in some of the, like, there's all the Invincibles all around the place.
Doesn't spoil anything.
Some of them, yes, he has taken up the mantle. Most other Invincibles follow in Omni-Man's footstep, or whatever he is called. So Mark in this universe, he is an exception, or more or less the exception.
Yeah, he's the exception.
Yeah.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was
it's so well done, isn't it?
It's definitely worth a watch. It maybe starts a little slow in some aspects, but yeah, it quickly picks up. I'd like to know, what is Adam Eve's power? Because that power seems fucking broken as fuck.
You will eventually learn more, but essentially she can manipulate molecules.
Yeah, because she's like, I'm just going to fly over and make plants grow.
There's a Adam Eve special episode which explains a lot about her powers, but essentially, she can, at an atomic level, manipulate molecules.
Because when she first appeared, she's basically just like throwing up, I thought it was like some sort of like light-based power, because she's throwing up like barriers and just like shooting like light projectiles and shit.
Her powers have essentially been limited. They put a limiter in her brain to not let her access her full powers unless...
Is that Cecil?
I can't remember who does it. Someone does it. It's in the special.
Yeah.
Right.
But essentially they put the limiter on it, and her power, the limiter will only be removed if she's at threat of dying.
Right.
And which comes into play in season 3 and later seasons and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, her power seems great.
It's OP as fuck.
Rex's power just seemed meh.
See, it's Gambit.
Yeah.
But it's he gets such a better character later on in the season.
It was fun trying to figure out who the characters they were spoofing, like Monster Girl being Hulk and things like that, like the red blur or whatever is Flash and shit like that. Like that was fun to try and piece together who was who. But
essentially, he took all the stereotypical characters from Marvel and DC and all the comic books, and essentially went, what would this character be like in a real life situation? Well, so that's Omni-Man would be an overpowering fucking destroy the universe kind of guy, and then and then Batman, like what's his name? Nightwing, something. He's essentially like a fucking murdering psychopath who can go into the shadows and stuff, and it's really well done.
I had one more thing. I've just forgot what it was. Oh yeah, it was Robot was Iron Man. Yeah.
Yes and no.
That's who I took it off.
Yes and no.
Yeah. Like having some sort of condition that meant he had to go into the suit to actually live a life.
Yeah, he's the smartest person sort of thing. Yeah, you think about it, he kind of is.
I was leaning more to like a good Ultron type thing, or one of his creations rather.
He's essentially Ultron is.
Yeah.
Even though in the comics Iron Man doesn't make Ultron.
Yeah.
Hank Pym does.
Yeah.
I think from memory. Yeah, pretty sure Pym makes Ultron in the comics. So Invincible, if you haven't watched it, watch it. We've spruiked it so many times on the show. It's such a fantastic show, and the comic is fucking outstanding.
Yes,
so we highly recommend you jump on that bandwagon.
Is to finish season 2 by next week, so we can talk about. I can give my spiel on season 2.
Okay, what's your pack for Invincible season 1?
Season 1 probably getting about a 7.
Nice.
Started good, a bit like Daredevil, like not as low as Daredevil went, but definitely the coming back with Omni-Man's reveal at the end they were 2 really good episodes, and just the emotions, like the mum felt like I've been like played.
She's such a good character throughout the comics, man.
Yeah, she played her role through. Well, even when she started to suspect in English, suspect his nefarious plots and schemes and things was pretty cool. The demon detective also has me thoroughly intrigued. Like I thought he was a great character.
Unfortunately, he doesn't come back much. Yeah. I don't think he even comes back in the comics from memory.
Yeah.
No, because the comics very much go sort of. We start here. For those of you listening, it's down towards the bottom of the table, and like at the end of the comics, we've gone from 0 to like 20,000. It's like up here.
Yeah,
kind of
I
thing.
could
Like
definitely see the ramping.
It never goes down. It just continues to go up and just fucking escalates the whole time.
So how many seasons? So I know we're up to season 3 is currently being released still at the moment.
So we've just done the Invincible War, which I
season 3 is finished.
think is.
So is there a season currently being released, or season 3 just?
No, season 3 just finished. We've got season 4 coming out next year.
I think the Conquest happens. Invincible War and Conquest happens about issue 50 something, I think, and I think there's 120 issues.
So probably about another 3
So
seasons.
probably another 3 or 4. I reckon probably 3 more seasons.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay, well, that's Invincible. We've talked about that. Daredevil, we've talked about that. Let's get into what we normally talk about at the start and get some fucking rumors in the air.
That's a long intro.
It is.
I swear now.
Just change it up. Keep the body guessing. All right. What do we got? I don't think I've got much this week, eh?
I've got a few, but yes, they're.
I've been deliberately fucking avoiding most shit.
Well, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. So this one I found really interesting. So Jack Black wasn't originally meant to play the lead character in Minecraft.
Okay.
It was meant to be what's his name? Matt Berry, the guy, the boss from the IT crowd, and he's in Where in the Shadows.
Yeah.
And he has a guest voice at the end of it.
Yeah.
But because of the
Scheduling.
writers' strikes, it pushed everything around, and he had commitments to do the last season of What We Do in the Shadows. So he couldn't do it. So they got Jack Black. And when you watch it, now that I know that, and you watch the movie, you're like, oh, that script was written for his way of talking, and he's like that Britishness of it and stuff.
Yeah.
It was written for him, and Jack Black's taken and gone, I'm going to Jack Black everything.
Which, to be fair, works.
It doesn't.
So
it
Not this
doesn't.
movie?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're the only one that's seen it so far. So thoughts?
I think I mentioned it last week. It's if you like Minecraft, sure. If you haven't seen it, wait till it comes out on fucking streaming, because the movie theaters are full of fuckwit little kids who fucking scream and throw popcorn to get the movies turned off.
Did that happen to you?
No, because we saw it as like a matinee session, and like the second day after it came out. So that fad hadn't started yet.
I don't fucking get it.
Neither do I.
It's
Like, obviously, there's
TikTok,
a thing.
TikTok fuckwits.
But is it a Minecraft thing, or is
No,
it
no.
TikTok
It's
thing?
specifically for this movie when the zombie drops onto the chicken and Jack Black says,
Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey. It's just a thing where all of a sudden on TikTok someone's gone, oh, we're going to go wild when he says that. And now everyone fucking does it. And like nearly every movie theater now, if it happens, just stops the movie and says, get the fuck out.
Yeah, because I saw like
Some dude actually had a chicken in one
Yeah,
of the movies.
I saw that. I saw one where like a dad literally
How the
says,
fuck do you get a chicken in?
movie security is not like we used to do.
Apparently it started because someone was filming the movie and some dude jumped up in front of the camera going, oh, or some shit. I don't know. It's just
dumb.
Young kids being fuckwits.
Okay, so we know is planning the next Arcane, which will be around Noxus, but they're also planning a 9-episode live action series based on Bilgewater, which will be set in Vietnam. So Bilgewater is like a piratey sort of nautical theme. So you're going to get...
So it's filming in Vietnam?
Filming in Vietnam.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, they have a Vietnam as well?
Yeah, everyone's Vietnam, man. So this is going to like sort of...
I'm sure they mentioned Bilgewater in the previous...
No, it's been mentioned like it's a major place in Runeterra.
Sure.
But yeah, so this will bring in characters like Gangplank, who's obviously a pirate captain, MF, who's sort of the female version of that, and a bunch of others. You get sort of some river demons and cool different characters coming in through that. You get TF, which is a Twisted Fate, which is effectively Gambit, throws magical cards and like is a gambler and shit. So it promises to be good. I'm interested to see how it translates into a live action perspective.
Cool. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Love, Death and Robots, which is a show on Netflix. So it's kind of like that anthology type thing, similar to your Black Mirror and whatnot. Next season's coming out on the 15th of May. So it's actually just around the corner.
I've seen the trailers and stuff for it.
I haven't seen trailers and whatnot, but I seen this and thought, fuck yeah. Like that was a
good show.
good, fun show.
None of them are compared to the first season yet, but it's good.
Yeah, cool.
And speaking of Black Mirror, I've only watched half the episodes. It's such a good season.
Like that is a fucking brilliant show to start with.
So good. Okay, so we're going to start this off with a little meme that I saw. It was, someone put it up on a movie mezzanine thing that they have all the like times and stuff on at the front of American movie theaters, and it said Robert Pattinson, worst vampire ever, took 14 years to become a bat. And my actual piece of news is DC Comics announces a new limited series from Power Ranger writer Kyle Higgins, Matt Horn, and frequent Power Rangers artist Dan Mora. The book is set in a futuristic world based on superhero tokusatsu genre. Essentially, Batman is a Power Ranger.
Yeah, it looks fucking sick.
Okay, that might actually get me to watch a Power Ranger movie.
No, it's comic.
Comic? Yeah, either way.
Yep.
So good.
If you get a chance, the Power Ranger comics are fucking awesome. Read them; they are so good.
I did see something the other day that the original Power Rangers show was effectively things they to westernize it. They just got the Japanese version.
So that's every season of Power Rangers is taken from a Japanese show, and they just refilm the out of costume scenes. That's why in the original one, the Pink Ranger has a skirt and the Yellow Ranger doesn't, because in the Japanese thing, the Yellow Ranger's a dude.
Yeah.
But then, because they try to continue it, because in Japan, they only do a season of each style of things, like Dino Rangers, blah, blah, blah. They only do a season, but to get syndication in America, you need 50 or 63 episodes or something like that. So Saban sort of went, okay. So they took the next season and kept the English actors, and then just tried to link the storylines. And that's when they go from being normal Rangers to Xeon Rangers or something, I think, or something like that. And then it got to it, and they're like, we can't keep doing this. So they just kind of just changed it to like, now it's Rangers in space and all this kind of stuff. But the comics actually continue on from the OG Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And they, because in halfway through, the Yellow Ranger leaves and the Red Ranger leaves. And that's because of like pay disputes and stuff like that. And they'd had enough. And so they left in the show. But in the comics, they actually explain they left because they had joined a different Ranger team, which are like these elite Rangers that fight in fucking different universes and stuff like that. And it's really, really good. And Lord Dracon, which is Tommy, the Green Ranger, but he essentially goes to other universes and kills their Rangers and steals their morphers, and has created an entire army of evil Power Rangers to conquer all the other universes.
I think I've heard that storyline somewhere.
And Tommy is like Lord Dracon. He's got like, it's like a mixture of the white and the green range with like a big horn. It's fucking such a good.
In the original, did they used to like when they transformed, say like Red Power or something?
It's morphin' time. Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, no, because I saw a meme of like all the Power Rangers go like, like being like in modern times going like Red Power, all this group, and then like gets to the White Rangers like, I can't say it. I just can't say it. I can't say it. They sort of changed him to like the Gold Ranger or something then.
Yeah, right.
Jim Cummings will be reprising his role as Drake Mullard, also known as Darkwing Duck, in the Darkwing Duck reboot from Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and Point Grey Pictures.
Seth Rogen, man. Him and Evan Goldberg, they're just
so clever.
They just know how to make shows, man, because that's who does Invincible.
Yeah.
All right. So, on the note of Robert Pattinson, there was a claim that came out, so I don't know if it's true or not, that the delay of the Batman sequel due to Matt Reeves reportedly facing some health issues, similar to what Chadwick Boseman went through. So Chadwick Boseman went through colon cancer. So, yeah, apparently there's something that Matt Reeves is potentially going through as well.
Due to the delay, Robert Pattinson is now filming The Odyssey, and means that he can't possibly even film until like the end of 26 or something, the start of 27. Yeah, so I highly doubt we're going to get Batman 2.
Yeah, certainly seems that way.
Unless someone else takes over directing, which I highly doubt. And also apparently the script's not even done.
Yeah.
Brace yourself. Netflix is doubling down on the 3-body problem. They've greenlit season 2 and 3.
I knew season 2 was greenlit, but I didn't know 3.
What?
The 3-body problem. So they've super duper famous Chinese books.
Yeah.
Essentially, it starts off with like these friends, they find some fucking helmet thing and it makes them see like his video game and blah, blah, blah. And it all turns out to be like a test for an oncoming alien invasion that's coming to like destroy Earth in X amount of years. And this is like an ally alien that always gets to the planets after these other aliens have destroyed them. And so they created this test to find people that can potentially help fight the aliens and stuff.
It's very, very trippy.
Yeah, it was a really good first season. There's
Live
one
action
scene.
or?
There's a scene in the first season because there's a Chinese show and there's a American British show. There's a scene in it where a boat is going down a canal, and it's full of all these people that are supporting the bad aliens, and they create this super high tensile wire that's essentially like as thin as fishing line. And they create this thing that when the boat's coming, it goes up and the boat goes through it and it just starts slicing the boat into chunks. But as it's going through, you can't see the wires. And all of a sudden, like people are screaming and stuff, and people just start going and just falling into like chunks and shit. And it's full on, man. Like it's just chopping people. And
It was really, really incredibly done scene, except it is actually kind of hard to watch.
Yeah,
because it's
people just diced,
and it doesn't stop. Like the scene itself when it's going through the ship, like it takes several minutes. Oops. It takes several minutes to actually get through it. One of us is setting it off.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, it takes like several minutes to actually get from the start of the ship to the back of the ship, and it just doesn't stop showing you different things happening to different people as they like. So they think, fuck, something's happening, so they start running away from it, but then they run into other people and they fall over.
And then other people like run into it. And
it's really, really incredibly well done.
But it's a good show. It's got, I can never remember his name, the bigger dude from Game of Thrones, like Jon Snow's best friend in the Night Watch.
Yep.
It's got him in it. Couple other pretty famous British actors. It's really enjoyable. I recommend it.
Recognize their faces, but I can never remember the names.
So the One Piece is coming.
Yes, we've talked about this many times.
I know. So the thing I'm talking about bringing into it is I didn't realize it was being made by the Attack on Titan studio. Which
could be a good or bad thing. I can't remember which studio is it. The studio that did the start of Attack on Titan, or the studio that did the last 2 seasons. I don't know. It's because the last 2 seasons are not favourably done.
But yeah, considering it should fix the pacing issues, which will actually allow new people to come in and watch the anime, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see how fast it actually is.
Well, the current animation studio sort of made like mini movies for each arc. So like you can watch the East Blue, which condenses it all down to about an hour and things like that. So they'd sort of made their own version of this, but having an episodic one that hopefully will condense down a lot should be good, because I'm assuming they'll take out all the filler episodes that lead into the movies and things, so you'll lose 50 episodes there already.
Oh yeah, they'll be able to cut it down a fucking super duper amount.
Yeah, but yeah, it'd be interesting to watch.
I've said it multiple times. We don't need 5 episodes of Luffy running up a snow mountain. Like we did not need that.
Mate, you haven't seen the Wano arc, mate. That fucking dragged. Oh,
bro, I grew up with 20 episodes of a fucking Spirit Bomb. I know what dragging things out is.
No, this was 4 years of my life.
That's where dragon came from. Dragging things out came from fucking Dragon Ball Z and Goku going, no! For 20 episodes.
Or even just his Super Saiyan change taking 3 episodes.
Oh, fuck, that took... I still remember that. Like, every morning I woke up, I'm like, okay, we're getting Super Saiyan today. No. We're getting super... his hair flicked gold for like a frame. No, it didn't happen. Come on. Nope.
Next
Nope.
month.
This episode's called Super Saiyan. It's going to happen. Nope. Someone just mentions the word Super Saiyan. Come on. I know it happens in this arc. God damn it. I've read the things online.
But the last thing is the One Piece should be streamed on Netflix. So it's where it's coming to.
Well, it's getting made by Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah, so of course it'll be. Netflix aren't going to make a show and then put it on Prime.
Part, so that's why I thought it was interesting. All right, over to you, Brock.
Releasing in theaters March 26, 2027, Godzilla and Kong 3. And apparently it's now filming.
Yeah,
And
some actors have got announced. Some chick I've never heard of her before.
Sonic comes out at the same time.
Like versing Godzilla and King Kong.
Might as well.
I would watch the shit out of that. No, but apparently the new Sonic, the rumor is that in the big final fight, because Amy can jump through the multiverse.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, the big fight at the end is going to be Super Smash.
Oh,
So like it'll be like Mario not Mario, like all the Smash Bros characters and stuff. So you'll get your Mega Mans and stuff. I can't remember.
Samus.
Yeah, Samus and all that kind of shit. So it'll be multiversal.
Donkey Kong.
That'll
stuff.
be sick.
Which would be pretty fucking cool. But it'll be only like 2 minutes of that kind of stuff at the end of the movie. What do we got? I don't really care about that. Don't really care about that. Oh, this one I was actually very surprised about. Ghosts. Have you watched Ghosts?
No.
The British version, yes. The American version, no.
I personally prefer the American version over the British version. I think the American version is much better.
The American one because Lisa forbids it. I can only watch the British version.
No, I personally think the American one is better than the British one.
You can continue playing I Spy with my wife and take photos.
But they're not the only versions. I think there's 2 other countries. I can't remember which countries they were. They have a version of Ghost.
Without watching the American one, I think they should have changed the ghosts a bit more.
Well, they haven't changed them in any of them.
Take a step back. Ghosts, for those who haven't watched or don't know what it is about.
Ghosts is about a couple who get a house through inheritance, and it's like a big house, and they go into try and turn it into an Airbnb. The chick, as she walks through the front door, falls through the floor and hits her head. When she wakes up, she can see ghosts.
Cool.
And these ghosts all have a history throughout the house. They're all
stuck at the house.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And that's essentially the show.
You get a variety. You get one like a Neanderthal way back when, up into like a former like minister and things like that.
Sure.
And
sounds pretty cool.
Australian version is currently filming.
There you go.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, as I said, I don't mind the adaptation.
I've got too many things running through my head right now.
As I said, with the adaptation, I just think they should have changed some of the ghost characters, not having the exact same, just an American version of them.
No, honestly, you need to watch the American version.
Well,
it's
you can
really
my
good.
wife.
Lisa, I know you don't watch or listen to this, but well, actually, you don't watch or listen to this, so fucking he can watch it. I'm going to let him watch it at my house in secret. He's going to cheat on you.
These two, AJ and my wife, are playing I Spy. It started with some graphic photos while I was at golf with AJ, and it's continued.
So we just randomly send photos of things we see to each other.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
With no explanation.
It's literally
a great fun game.
She showed me in the chat. It's literally just photo. There's no words, just photos.
Yeah, on to you, Zach.
Open your phones and Google a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Google a Pokemon?
Google a Pokemon. An original Pokemon, not a fancy one, but I know it's not a problem for you, AJ.
So
Wait, am I Googling the word like art Pokemon?
No, just Google like Bulbasaur, Pikachu.
Oh, okay.
You've already done that, have you?
What am I doing?
Just Google a Pokemon. So Google Pikachu.
Okay. Pikachu. This makes really great content.
And then down the bottom corner, a Pokeball will appear and you can catch Pikachu.
So what they've done is they've basically released a thing for the 151 Pokemon where you can catch, so to speak, the 151 Pokemon. All you need to do is
search the Pokemon's name.
The Pokemon's name. It comes up with a little Pokeball in the bottom right corner. Click on that. Does a little snippet of catching the Pokemon. And then it gives a little silhouette of another one you can go and catch.
And then the more you catch, you will unlock a Master Ball, allowing you to catch the legendary Pokemon thing. So,
correct.
Yeah, a little bit of a time killer there for people to join in with.
Yep. So you just go through, have some fun, do what you need to do. Like it's pointless.
Pointless, but it's fun.
Well, there you go. You can't catch Mewtwo.
No, because you
need
to
Master Ball.
Yeah, well, fucking exciting. So if you're listening to this episode in 5 years, probably won't exist anymore.
Yep. So,
All right, what do you got? Then we can move on.
Me, I've got 151 of them already. So I've
Oh,
got
cool.
Just to throw
I've got
that in
one
there.
more.
Interesting one. Apparently, Beetlejuice 3 is in the works, confirmed by Warner Bros.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That'll be interesting.
We
'cause
don't need it.
We don't need it. The second one was and Burton's already said, I'm not doing another one. So
So the next one might be good then.
maybe.
Because Burton has lost his ability to make anything good.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, my last one is Malifaux. Malifaux is a fantastic miniature war game.
It died.
It died after the second edition. They released a third edition, which made it a lot better. They fixed a lot of the errors. And essentially, it's a diceless game where there are no, when you want to attack and stuff, you use a deck of cards. And it's really, really cool system, really good fun, really weird, out there, horror-ish themed characters and stuff like that. They've Weird Games, so WYRD, who make it, have announced that they're releasing the fourth edition.
Nice.
So a new edition of it's coming out.
Yeah, cool.
It
Not
def-
actually played it.
I've seen a few games played because it was definitely quite popular at the Legions Club in town. But yeah.
Well, it's great because you only need like 4 miniatures, 5 miniatures to play, which is amazing. You don't have to carry
proxy,
dice,
isn't it?
You can proxy it because they released all the character cards and stuff online for free.
Yeah.
But if you want to play, like, you just buy a warband. It's like a warband is like $50.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And it's just great.
Karens are on the warpath with a parent group demanding a ban on Demon Slayer, saying it's a satanic gateway for children.
Oh, Satanic Panic number 2.
I mean, watch more anime and
bit
there's
late to the
many worse things.
A bit late to the fucking ball party there.
100%.
Well, apparently they're trying to, a lot of them are trying to make ecchi animes, like what we talked about, like high school high CS DxD, to be classified in the US as porn. At no point do they have sex in any of these animes. It's just a lot of boobs and a lot of groping.
There is already a category for it. It's called hentai.
Yeah, but
Fucking hell.
they're aiming to try and get it reclassified as porn.
So dumb. So dumb. Anyways, I'm going to rattle off a couple because these are pretty cool ones that I stumbled across. Tony Gilroy says that Lucasfilm has a Star Wars horror project in the works.
I did read that.
I think that would be fucking sick. The world of dinosaurs brought to life like never before. So they're doing another Walking with Dinosaurs. So there was a thing done, back in like the early 2000s, I think it was. Look, it was a great show, really educational from the time.
So it was a bit more of a documentary style.
It was.
It was done like a
David
Attenborough style
exactly.
thing.
So I really enjoyed it when I was younger. Fucking pretty keen to see another one. Like, I mean, CGI has come a long way and then it's gone backwards again, so it might be the same as what it was. But
it will probably look exactly the same.
We'll see. Look, I thought that was pretty cool and pretty keen to see that one. And my last one that I was going to do... not a rumour, but something we went to last year was the Newcastle Collecticon. And
it's coming back like in a week or so.
It is coming back. It's on Sunday the 27th.
It just seemed to appear like...
No, if you follow the pages and whatnot, it's kicking around.
I don't think I'll be going back.
I probably will just to have a gander, see if what they do differently. I had a look at some of the tables.
They'll probably have more Pokemon stalls because Pokemon has gone mental since last year's one.
From what I've seen, it seems to have a bit more diversity on like the table set out from what I had a look at. But we'll see.
But the problem is it's what's
also doing 2 this year. So there's going to be one in like the next week. I thought they'd just go back to back, like over a weekend. They're actually doing the next one in like August or something like that. So they're coming back later.
So you'll know better than I do. So the stalls, are they ones that follow the Collecticon, or are these Newcastle like owners and stalls?
A lot of them are shops, and like all the Pokemon ones, they do the convention scene. They follow it all around and stuff like that, and that's how they make their money. But a lot of them are like brick and mortar stores or online stores. They kind of do it, but it's just. It's Pokemon card fucking fest for me. I can't stand it.
I was interested when we went last year to see some interesting, cool things. Like you found some cool cards.
Yeah, there was one shop there which I said to the lady, like they asked for feedback, and I said like that store was by far the best. That's what I want to go to a convention thing that has all the shops like that.
Yeah,
people selling
stuff.
old trading cards, old comic books, stuff like that, not just fucking Pokemon.
And I know they're all out there to make a profit, but like stuff that's reasonably priced, not just gouging prices because they're there and people will buy then. Because I wanted to pull the trigger on a few things and saw the prices. Like, I could probably just find a better deal online, give it a bit of time, and save myself a bit of coins. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, let us move on to a thing that is called anime.
We've been on a bit of an anime run lately.
We have.
I've
It's
enjoyed
been
it.
great. And in this episode, and this is spoilers yet again.
Spoilers. We never spoil anything.
No. Devil May Cry has officially come out on Netflix.
Yes.
Oh, it was so good.
It fucking snuck up on me. Eh?
So good.
I watched the trailer for it, and I remember we spoke about the trailer a while back. I wasn't super keen. I was just kind of like, I'll give it a watch. I fucking loved it.
I knew
so fucking
I knew
good.
who was making the show, so I knew it was going to be good because he's a gigantic nerd.
Yeah.
And that's Adi Shankar.
Yeah.
And he did the Castlevania series.
Okay.
He's done a lot of online short films, all based around nerd culture. He was the producer on Dread. So yeah, he knows what he's doing when it comes to nerd culture, man. And he's done it fucking again. And I was watching it. It started off, it was doing the thing, and then the title screen came up. Like you keep rolling, and I was like,
fuck yeah.
I'm fucking gonna love this show. I know it. Then you get some Papa Roach, some Rage Against the Machine. It's soundtrack of my fucking youth.
I can't remember if we were online or offline, recording or not recording when we spoke about it last week. But yeah, I started doing some painting and had that in the background. And as soon as that came on, I was like, well, I'm not fucking painting anymore, am I? And just started watching the show. And
I think we talked about it online because I mentioned that Lady is based on one of the singers from the Russian girl group Tattoo.
Yeah. Fucking
Zach, you haven't said anything, so I'm
So
gathering you
good.
may not have liked it.
No, the first episode had me by the balls and I was ready to sink my teeth in. It slowly started to lose it. The last few episodes again were pretty good. I just think the pacing was off. The first 2 episodes were good. I enjoyed the backstory episode to a degree. I liked the change of animation style and things.
Loved it.
I just think it was in the wrong spot and took too long. I didn't think it needed to be a full episode because there were other things then that were left underdeveloped for me. I also don't think we should have seen Virgil midway through the show. I think his reveal should have been left to the end. The brother. I think you could have just had the rabbit demon just.
Well, I mean, he is revealed at the end.
He is revealed
teased
at the end.
that is Virgil.
You know who he is in the middle.
I mean, if you haven't watched it, the only thing that gives it away, like if you didn't know anything about Devil May Cry,
I didn't know anything about Devil May Cry
like
going into
the only
it.
thing that gives it away is like if he's the rabbit says a line,
The line
that
at
makes
the
you
end-
go, oh, that could be the brother.
It has to be him. There is
have to be.
It does. It does. But yeah, like I think it started good. I think some of the fight scenes had like him going through on the chasing them down in the armored car and stuff on the
motorbike. That was fucking wicked.
Like some of that stuff was fantastic. Like the animation style, brilliant. The soundtrack, brilliant.
So
I
for,
just think
for you anime people out there, that's how you use 3D and real hand-drawn shit in a masterful fucking way.
The other one on the brother that sort of buried the lead is the demon who could change into whoever else. I've just gone.
Oh, the blue dude.
Yeah,
the blue
yeah,
dude.
and-
He actually says a line super early where
Yeah.
I can only morph into people
Yeah,
who
he
are
transformed
alive.
into
and
him
one
and
of the
then-
first
yeah.
ones that he does is the brother. So you're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, brother's alive. And then
He's
sort
alive.
of, yeah.
But yeah, I just think they tried to, a bit like with Daredevil to a point. Again, I think they tried to bring in a few too many storylines that just ruined the pacing a little bit.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
No.
I felt it was a continuous pace the entire way through, and the only thing that slowed down was that backstory episode.
But
and
it
I
was
felt it was a good because you've been going so full pelt and things just happening, people dying, things happening. Have a break. And then let's fucking finish this off with a fucking dick out, rock out.
The scene where the human demon hunter crew is just eviscerated. I was like, I was getting ready for these characters to be around for quite a while, and they're just fucking gone.
My favorite thing was they had their Star Trek yellow shirts, and essentially any person that wore a helmet, there was a police officer that wore a helmet, you're going to die. It's like, he's got a helmet? No, it's dead. We can't see your face. You're going to die. You're going to die. you're going to die. And it's like, oh, no, you've got a mask on. You're going to last a while.
You've got sunglasses.
Yep,
Are you dead?
Yep. Oh, no, you're dead now. You're dead now. You're dead now. You're dead. Okay, they're all dead. Cool.
What was his name? My favorite character was like the little crime man.
Oh, the little tiny dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was my favorite character by far.
I reckon he's going to turn into a demon because one of the early things that they say is all about the proportions of people. His eyes are drawn on the opposite side of his fucking head. He's very, very tiny. He comes out to about your hips with his knuckles dragging on the ground. I'm like, oh, he's a demon. He's definitely a demon.
I thoroughly loved Lady. I thought she was fantastic in the show. I really loved her character, the way they sort of changed, how she slowly sort of like, I'll accept you, but you're still a fuckwit.
Yeah.
And kind of thing. No romantic interest kind of thing.
So
yeah, it's good.
One of the things when we were watching the trailer, the first thing you picked up is Dante. He's like super, super arrogant, egotistic. Like he's good. He fucking knows it and he lets you know it. And they put that right at the front of the trailer. And I thought, oh, okay, it's just a guy who's really good, knows it, and that's what the show is going to be. The way that they actually put him into the show and take that egotistic sort of mindset into the show, it comes across so well. And you actually watch it in a way that you don't think he's being a dick about it.
Yep.
You're just like, he is good, he knows it, he shows it in a way that's like, hey, I can do this. And then you follow along his story, and then when he gets beat down, like you see him just morph that ego, not so much like continuing down that path of arrogance, but going into the realm of, nah, I'm going to fucking get you now.
Yeah.
I'm coming back for you. I thought that was so well done.
Another thing I had a small problem with was his demon reveal. I think when he was plummeting, you saw him reveal the hand at one point, which is fair enough. I think they should just reveal the wings as he's falling down to show actually, no, you are like, he's going to become a full demon eventually, and then have him go full demon at the end like he does.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Say that full demon reveal for the end, and the fact that he was turning parts of his body into demons would have still activated that demon DNA,
Yeah,
which is what
I get what
they're
you're
trying
saying
to go
there.
there for, just to have that full reveal later towards the end.
The fight at the end against the hardcore demon, where they're punching each other, it's like, punch through the portal, hold my breath.
Oh, yeah.
Back through the portal. Fight, back through the portal. And then he just gets him, and as soon as you grabs him, you're like, I know exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah.
The portal shuts. He's like,
And he's like, that was awesome if you had eyes to see it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, it go back to like that egotistic point.
Yeah.
Like the way that it came across was just, it worked so
And
well.
don't get me wrong, there were like, if I was to have a list of criteria to rate the show, most of them would be very highly scored. Just the pacing just felt a little bit off to me in the middle parts of the episode.
No, that's fair enough. What was your highlight? AJ, you probably know this easier.
Probably the scene where the Demon Hunter crew gets slaughtered, because I just wasn't expecting it. I was expecting the grunts to be eviscerated, but not the like the ones that were starting to get connections with. Like we had that love interest between two of them and things like that. I was waiting for something for them to be an integral part of the show.
Sure.
And when they just get wiped, I was like, we're in for a wild ride.
Where's it going now?
That and probably the first episode, because a lot of the fight scenes in the first episode were just fantastic.
I'd probably say I thoroughly enjoy the final part where like the sword on the top of the bridge. That was really, really cool. In terms of fights and stuff, I would have to say I loved the fight on the plane between the two brothers, the demon brothers and stuff, and like just the aggressiveness of Dante and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, I couldn't really pick a part that was the best, because I just thoroughly enjoyed the whole thing in this chaoticness.
I'm similar to that, but probably two standouts for me would be the
the fight in the apartment. In his apartment, when the special forces team come in and he's just like running around and
was
just
pretty
shooting
sick.
bullets. That was fucking
No,
fun.
oh, how good's the bit where he
He's
goes?
got to find the gun in the pizza box.
No. They first start shooting at him and he does his whiz around, but then he's next to him going. They turn to him and go,
Who we shooting at?
Who we shooting at? He's like, fucking brilliant. That was so
I
well done.
also another part, literally the very first scene where it's the Vatican City like overshot, and you zoom in, he's like, oh, we have a demon rabbit in the Vatican City.
Yeah.
This show's going to be fun.
His character design, so good.
Yes. I really loved the road chase scene where he's trying to push Dante to have his first change.
Oh, yep.
I thought that was really, really well done. Just the whole time, like going through the fight, he's pushed to a point of, hang on, this is where I'm like being tested, and you can see it in his face how he's being pushed, and like that emotion's about to burst and do the demon,
And that's
access
what
the
I mean.
demon
And
seal
then
or whatever.
his jaw bursts.
Exactly, and then and the way that it ended, you're just like, oh shit.
It's like,
And that's what, again, where I thought like the rabbit is testing him. Is like, oh, I've got to push you further to reveal your true self, and that's why I think like having him reveal parts of it along the way and get you to realize, oh, he actually will be full demon at some point, and then have that at the end where
And
when it is.
I know that you said you thought it threw the pacing out, but I fucking loved the backstory episode.
It was well done.
I thought the animation was incredible between the two.
the fact it had no dialogue.
Yeah, no dialogue. You were immediately drawn in thinking what's happening, and then you follow both of those stories, and you were just so
the two styles of animation.
yeah, encapsulated in all of it.
As a
going on. It was
standalone
incredible.
episode, I can't fault it. As I said, from how it came across to the different graphic styles and things like fantastic, I just thought it was oddly placed. That was my only critique with it.
I thought it was incredible the way that like the two characters that they did as well. Because when they did the two characters, you're kind of like, well, who are they at first? And then you pick up on the girl pretty quickly, and then it takes a little bit longer to work out the bunny mask dude. But even like once you work out the two, you're like, why are they doing these two? Like now I know why they're doing the bunny mask, but I don't know why they're doing her. And then when they resolve it at the end, how it's like she's kind of like the trigger for him going down that bunny mask route. Because initially he starts off just as a human who went through a portal into the demon realm.
Well, he's still a human. He just was juicing with demon blood. Effectively.
I thought it was amazing.
And I think her backstory with her father, from what I've been told recently, that'll lead into possibly season 2 or season 3, because her father is like a major villain in a future.
Yeah, it's all part part of the games and stuff like that. One of the things I wish they did more of was more Lewis Carroll-esque down the rabbit hole referencey Alice in Wonderland stuff for the rabbit demon.
Yeah.
I think that would have been nice little touches, having more Alice in Wonderland sprinkled throughout his character development.
Yeah, one or
and stuff.
two, but a few more would be nice.
Because that's essentially what his whole persona is based on, is Lewis Carroll's rabbit.
Yeah.
And it just would be nice to have a little bit more of that Wonderland-esque sort of thing involved in it. All right, Pax.
Zach, lead us away.
I'll still. It's a 7 for me. So I thoroughly enjoyed from animation style, the fight scenes, the soundtrack. Lots of great things. I just think the pacing was my only issue.
All right, Brock, at the same time. 3, 2, 1, 9. I knew we were going to be the same number.
So good. It's just straight up. I think one of the things that helped me enjoy it so much more was I was not expecting.
Yeah, same. Because I've watched the anime, the like old school anime one, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Like it was entertaining, but it just wasn't good. That just fucking so good.
As I said, Lisa is not a fan of intros, so she watched a few episodes. Was knitting next to me while I was watching a few episodes.
Rolling.
She's like, why are you skipping the intro? I'm like, because it's Limp Biscuit rolling. I just can't.
Exactly.
I'm physically not allowed to push the button.
When it came on, I was like,
why?
Really?
And thank you. So good. So good.
Okay, let us move on from this anime thing, and we're kind of staying in the same realm of that. Game. Yeah. We are talking, and I'm guessing this has come from this.
No, it hasn't actually.
Oh,
I was flicking through social media as you do, trying to come up with a few screenshots and the likes, and we've spoken about a few lists, and I stumbled on a list which was a top 10 of video game to movie adaptions.
Okay.
And I thought, you know what? We've spoken about both a lot. We've spoken about adaptions in the past. Fuck it, let's come up with a few which we would recommend or that we enjoyed for one reason or
Can we
another.
do our list before you read that list?
Sure.
Yeah,
If
I
you
just
want.
think that way we can see what ours are, and then we can compare it to that one. As well.
Okay, I have not prepared any of this, so Zach, you start.
All right, are we doing TV shows and movies, or is it a combined list?
We'll do. So this list was movies. So let's start with TV shows, and we'll finish with movies, and then go into.
In no particular order, Arcane.
I thought that'd be on there. For you.
As I said, it's the game I've probably played the most in my my life, considering that's 34 years of gaming now. But yeah, a fantastic show. Season 1, I definitely think was better than season 2.
I agree.
But yeah, overall, it was a fantastic show, and it got people into the League universe that don't necessarily play League. So I think it did a good job.
Cool.
All right, well, I will go next, and we're not going. These aren't going to be in a particular order either, but we're going to go the first one. I'm going to say Halo. And I'm going to guess this is probably going to be on your list as well.
It's on my list as well.
As much hate as this show got, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Second season was
Incredible.
on point, and it should have got fucking
I
more.
thoroughly hope Netflix, who has picked it up, does take it. I don't think they will,
They won't.
but I hope they
It
do.
got too much hate off the fucking neckbeards, man.
But it doesn't. I don't understand why Netflix would pick it up if they wouldn't continue it,
Oh.
or do something like maybe they'll do a
Because it's new,
spin-off.
it's new content to get more subscribers.
Yeah, fair enough.
They don't have to spend anything
Other
for it
than
because it
money,
was
like
a
maybe-
semi-unsuccessful show on streaming services, not very big. So yeah, but yeah, Halo, I thoroughly enjoyed the shit out of that show.
100%. Just to stay on what we have just been talking about, Devil May Cry. I fucking loved it that much. It went straight to one of my
it
top
was on my list
adaptions.
too.
Yeah, for TV shows because I mean it caught me off guard. It was absolutely incredible as we've just spoken about. So yeah, that one got into my list as well.
Another one that was on my list is Sonic. Take your pick, really, of what we had.
Aren't we talking series?
Yeah, TV shows. Yeah, Sonic X, Knuckles.
Oh,
There's- there's more than movies, mate. Calm down.
yeah.
But yeah, if I had to have a pick, I'd be going probably the Sonic X. I think that was most interesting. But there are a variety of them out there.
I've
and
only ever watched like the old ones that came on a double feature VHSs with episodes of the Super Mario Bros.
I have not watched those.
Yeah, they're old, man. This is like I'm talking when I was like 10 from Video Easy in the kids section.
But yeah, I wouldn't put Knuckles in that category because I didn't really enjoy Knuckles. Only because I didn't think it was about Knuckles. It was about the cop.
It was about the cop.
I know it was aimed at kids, but
Yeah.
it just Knuckles wasn't the main character in my eyes. He was the sidekick.
Yep.
The cop was the main one. But yeah, Sonic X is probably one I'd throw out there.
You haven't done one yet, have you? Oh, we
I've
both
done
had
one.
Halo.
Yeah, we both had Halo.
I'm going to chuck this one out. This isn't for me, but I'm assuming this is going to be on your list, and that's Fallout.
It's on my list as well.
It wasn't going to be on my list, but when you said Halo, I'm like, you know what? Fallout would go.
Okay,
in
well,
there,
it's not on my list, so you talk about Fallout.
because I was going to say Fallout for me, it was a good adaptation of the game, in my opinion. It was a good show. Like it, I think it got too much hype and still like it got massively compared to Halo at the time. I preferred Halo over Fallout, but Fallout was a good show in its own right. Loved following along the main character. I've just gone blank on his
Ella
name.
Purnell was the main, the dude.
As the ghoul, one of the main characters. Sorry, yeah, Ella Purnell, she nailed it. She did really, really well. I
He
can't
stole
wait-
the show, though.
He stole the show. Ella Purnell did do well.
I
but he
think
was
Fallout
great.
also is a good adaptation because it's a universe that can suck in non-gamers things.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Halo is a very one-dimensional sort of action-y
It-
thing.
it-
It's not going to suck in different.
That,
people.
Halo was a gamey show,
Yep.
whereas Fallout is just an apocalypse show.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
but
d-
it's
you don't need to know anything about the game.
and that's it. But it's watching it. It's yes, it's got action side, of things, but it's more like a human life and like how humans adapt in that futuristic sort
Correct.
of dystopian, destructive sort of world. So yeah.
And yeah, I know we're getting season 2. I think we'll get more because it does have that like openness to it. So it will have. I think it'll be a pretty big success.
My second one is Twisted Metal.
Yep.
Fucking loved it. Came out of nowhere. Had no idea it was
a
coming
movie. I didn't
out.
realize it was a TV show.
And it was such a good show. It was just, it knew exactly what it was. It just, you go, yep, this is what we are, and we're gonna fucking run with it, motherfuckers. You sit down for the ride and enjoy the shit out of the stupid weirdness that this is.
Yep.
And I loved every second of it.
Sure.
It was great. Highly recommend it. All right, Zach, your third one?
All of mine have been mentioned already. Another one I was tossing up because I thoroughly loved the show, but I'd never played the game to compare it to, but Castlevania.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my ultimate top one.
That was fantastic. I've started to watch Castlevania Nocturne. It's good, but it hasn't had the same impact so far as Castlevania did.
It's one of those things of, in my opinion, because I love the OG one, it's not as good because the OG Castlevania it ended on such a high note of him versing death, and it was just so good. And in my opinion, the voice actors were such better voice actors in the first seasons.
My big issue so far is between the two is Trevor Bolton from the first one, much better than the Bolton in the second one.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, I actually thought when they had the opening scene and it's the mother fighting the vampire in at the start, I was like, someone's going to die. And Lisa's like, yeah, the mother's going to die. I said, actually, no, I wouldn't be surprised if the kid dies, comes out doing it, and then the mother survived. In hindsight, I kind of wish the mother did, because the mother, from the brief I got, was more enjoyable than what the kid's been so far. So,
what do you got?
My last one, and this is at the top of my list, The Last of Us.
Again, something I haven't
didn't even touch my list. I did not give a fuck about it.
I fucking love
heard good
this
things,
show.
just haven't seen it.
Season 2 has just recently come out. I haven't watched it yet. I'm hoping to get to it soon, but it's Max has released a streaming service here. I think you can get it through Binge. I haven't looked properly yet.
It's on Binge.
So, Last of Us. Loved the video game when I played it. It was just fucking roped me right in. The story in the video game was incredible, as well as the gameplay. And then the adaptation that they did of the TV show, again, it's something that can bring in, similar to Fallout, it can bring in whoever to the show to enjoy it, because you don't need to have that prior knowledge or the video game factor. It is like an apocalyptic zombie-esque type thing. And the character development and relationship between the two main characters, Joel, and I've just gone blank on the girl's name.
Pan face.
And
she just has the most blank look on her face all the fucking time.
Ella, I think it is. I think it's Ella. I fucking loved this show, loved the adaptation, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into season 2.
All right, well, I think we've only done 4, but we've all mentioned ones that we would have. My last one's Cyberpunk Edge Runner.
Okay.
Loved Cyberpunk Edge Runner. It was so good. I have no idea how it relates to the Cyberpunk game.
Haven't watched it
because I've never played the game.
Well, that's why I tried to limit it to, besides Devil May Cry, that was the only exception I had, but tried to limit it to ones I'd actually played so I could sort of have that comparison. Because otherwise I would have put in things like...
Cyberpunk, before it was a video game, was an RPG. So, whatever. All right, movies.
Yep, let's get into movies.
Detective Pikachu.
Sure.
I did really enjoy Detective Pikachu.
They're doing another one, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's take your pick of Pokemon movies, but I think that was probably the best of the lot, because it was, again, not Pokemon-y. It was just a real world with Pokemon set in there.
Yeah.
Which I think it is well, because I remember coming out thinking that was just a sort of cop sort of detective show with just Pokemon in around it. At the time, I actually wanted more Pokemon battles and like the Pokemon to have more of a role in it rather than sort of just being there at times. But went back and watched it again recently and thoroughly enjoyed it again.
When it first got announced, I thought, kids movie. Like that's, I thought like very kiddie kids movie, but no, not at all. It was, I thought it was brilliant, really well done. A lot more enjoyable than I was expecting it to be.
My first one is, and this is by no means are they good movies, and most people will agree with this, but they are guilty as fuck pleasures for me, and that is the Resident Evil franchise.
That was,
they went from a semi-okay zombie movie to just Fast and Furious-esque style craziness, and I loved every second of it. I'm not going to apologize for it. They're bad movies, but fuck are they entertaining.
And that was one of the reasons it was on my list, because I mean they took a video game and a video game franchise, and they created a movie franchise off of it. And like they're still doing things today from way back when. Like the first movie came out, I think it was 2002. I think it was.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. 2002, thereabouts. Still going to today. They're doing revamps and remakes. We've got TV series of all sorts, and yeah, I mean, it's just fucking, it's great. To do that off a video game, fucking keep going.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm guessing that's yours as well.
That was one of mine, but
You got another one you were checking?
Yeah, I'll go for another one. So this one is a bit of a thing that I put on there because it was sort of the first movie that I watched.
Also, just so for you aware, Resident Evil Raccoon City is not included in that. That was a pile of shit.
So this movie, it was one of the first movies that I watched that was a video game.
House of the Dead?
No.
It's so bad.
Super Mario Bros. The 1993 one.
With fucking, what's his name?
I know I've seen it.
Bob Hoskins,
Bob Hoskins,
Dennis
that's it.
Hopper,
Yep.
John
I couldn't tell you anything. I know I've seen it. I just couldn't tell you anything about it.
So it's just like, I remember watching it back then, and as a kid, you watch things like that. You're just like, yeah, fuck yeah, like a Super Mario, Luigi up on the screen. This is awesome. You go back and you watch it again, and you're kind of like, whoo. If that was done today, they would upset all of the neckbeards.
Yeah,
because they just
people would have lost their shit.
There is absolutely no, like, there is next to no Mario Brothers lore in that goes through.
Yeah,
their,
other
like,
than the fact it's
character
called
adaptation.
Mario and Luigi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the Koopas are called Koopas, but
They're called
they
Koopas,
don't represent Koopas at all.
King Koopa's a fucking velociraptor. It's like, and the Goombas, they're literally like goons with little heads. You're like,
they're Tim Burton
yeah,
characters.
exactly. Like it was super fun at the time. Going back and watching it, and like having all that like additional knowledge and watching it, it was still fun to watch and sort of go, oh, why'd you do that? But that's still fun. Upset everybody when if it was done in today's time. Like, it was just, yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Oh,
So
my next one is the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the newest one that's just come out with the second one coming out soon. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I said I took my nephew to watch it, and I think I enjoyed it more than he did. I thought it was great. It's definitely kidified, but yeah, it was good.
No, I enjoyed it. Not on my list, but I did enjoy it.
It's watchable, but it's also something that I was going to watch it again and just like, and
my next one is, it's semi a cheat, but it's not a cheat because it's the Gran Turismo movie.
Yeah,
because it's not actually based on the game. It's based on real life events of people that played the game and became real drivers.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect when this movie came out.
Yeah.
And I watched it on a plane to Japan, and I was like watching it, and halfway through I'm like, I'm really enjoying this movie. And then by the end of it, I'm like, that was fucking great.
He's come home with dreams of being a race car driver.
And I've watched it multiple times since then.
I still haven't watched it, but yeah, I was same as yourself. I thought it was just going to be an adaptation of some kind. I'm like, how the fuck are they going to get this video game onto the the screen? And then when I read a little synopsis thing about it and a little bit of a take, I think it was like a 5 or 6 minute take on it, and I was really intrigued by it. I'm like, hey, I need to watch this.
Go down the rabbit hole of reading what the actual real story of it. It's really interesting with like these guys who are really, really good drivers, and how the creator of it was like, this is the most realistic simulator ever. And we can prove it. So they got the guys, and then one of them become a professional fucking driver, and he is an amazing driver as well. And it was fucking really, really good. What do you got?
So this is one, Silent Hill.
I hated this when it first came out.
See, I loved it when it first came out because I was sort of, well, not so much when it first came out, but when I first seen it. I think I might have seen it a bit after it came out because I was like starting to enjoy more of the horror movies and whatnot. And so I seen this. I had played the game a bit, watched the show. I'm like, fuck yeah, like that was good. That was creepy. That had some really cool visual elements to it when they're going through the town and all that. I really enjoyed it.
I hated it when it came out, and then because I hated it, I didn't watch it again. I thought it was another pile of shit because it came out in that era when that one, I think he's German director, for some reason everyone was letting him direct to video movies of video games. Like he did the House of the Dead one. He did fucking he did like 5 different movies. And I thought it was like just another one of those, and I watched it and I was like, whatever. And I rewatched that and the second one.
So I didn't enjoy the second one.
A long time later. See, the second one also much better as I got older and sort of understood it a bit more and stuff. Okay. And if you watch them one after the other as well, they link really well, and it's they were thoroughly enjoyable movies, and I do like them all. Not on my list, but I do enjoy them. Zachary,
The Tomb Raider Cradle of Life.
That's the second one.
Angelina Jolie. Yep.
Yeah, the second movie. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
I haven't seen the new spin-off or remakey one.
It wasn't a bad movie. I think Lara
Croft.
Vanda, whatever her name is, Vanda something. The chick who played Lara Croft in the newest one. She did a really, really good job. She looks like the new version of Tomb Raider of Lara Croft in the games.
Yeah, she was really, really well cast.
Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, I knew his last name started with a V.
But yeah, no, I thought it was great. I liked sort of the mythology part of it with Cradle of Life in there and that sort of thing. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, I
only dabbled in the games, but yeah, thought the movie was quite entertaining.
I actually got the game for free, I think it was like 3 months ago through Prime. Because every month, if you're a Prime member, you get free games. And they had like I think the collection one, which has all the original ones and the newest one as well.
I feel like I got it free from Pizza Hut.
Oh, nice.
Back in the day. I think it was one of those games that came at like, buy this deal and get a game.
Do you remember it used to have the cheat code and you can make a boobies? You can see her square boobies. There was like a cheat code. There was like 20 button bash thing. You can make it naked. Yeah.
Of course there was.
Yeah.
Only age over
a lot of people knew that. Don't worry.
The new games were really good because they went to the open world.
Unreal Engine 5. It was like when Unreal Engine 5 came out, it was like their premiere.
Yeah,
this is the game that showcases the engine kind of thing.
And it was really, they were really enjoyable games. So I'll throw in another one, and I'm going to cheat with mine as well because it's not based on a video game, but Gamer.
That was a good movie, man.
Such a good Gamer. That I'm not 100% sure, but I think that might have been my introduction to Gerard Butler.
And see, mine was Dracula 2000. He played Dracula in Dracula 2000.
Yeah, okay. I know that I'd seen that, but I haven't seen it in that long. I
didn't remember that it was Gerard Butler until way later when he became famous, and I rewatched the movie again. And yeah, I mean, you can't watch it now because it's got Denny Masterson in it, and he's illegal.
Sure. So yeah, Gamer, like it follows a really cool like dystopian place where people who are inmates are more or less controlled by gamers out in the real world. So they're doing a simulation controlling their movements and everything. It's a really fucking cool concept and an amazing movie.
Yeah, I did really enjoy that movie. I think it was a really good one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Mine is quite possibly the greatest game movie ever made, and fight me to prove me wrong, and that is Mortal Kombat.
Which one? Controversial.
The first one. Definitely not the second one. Not Conquest. No.
93 or whatever.
Or something like that. Fuck. I've watched that movie so many times, man.
Looking forward to the new one.
I don't give a crap about the lore, if they get anything wrong and all that kind of stuff. It was just so good. The fights, Scorpion's fight against Johnny, get over here, and then rips the fucking, like his skull gets cut in half, and the Goro fight, like does the splits and hits him in the nuts.
So I remember watching it when I was younger, similar to the Mario Bros. I think if I had watched Mortal Kombat before Super Mario Bros, it would have been in its place.
Yeah.
Because it's still one of those ones that's got like that nostalgia from back then and whatnot. But
your soul is mine.
It was good. It was
so good. And Raiden played by Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
And I love Christopher Lambert. Highlander is one of my favorite movies ever made, favorite series of shows ever made, and Christopher Lambert is the Highlander. And there's just one scene where I'm 100% sure it was a fuck up, but they kept it in the movie. And it's when they're on the boat and the boat's fight and they fight it, and like someone says something, and like Raiden turns and goes, like, we'll have to get to Outworld. And he goes, sorry. And I'm like, I guarantee you that was just a fuck up. And they're like, that works. We're going to leave that in. But yeah, Mortal Kombat.
I don't know where you're going to go when you
Have
started.
you never heard the Mortal Kombat song?
No, I've seen it. No.
The theme song, dude, is one of the best theme songs for a movie ever made.
No, when you said you're going to upset people with it, I thought you were going to go like wilder than that. Mortal Kombat, I thought was great. I agree. I'm going to go completely 180 of the Mortal Kombat style. I'm going to go with Angry Birds. Because I think that's a movie. It's not a great movie.
No, but what it's based on, they did a really good job with what they had.
They've adapted a very simple game into a watchable movie. I think they did a good job with it.
I haven't watched it.
I knew you wouldn't know. I know it was going to be, this is shit, Zach, or I haven't watched it. I knew that was coming from you. But yeah, it is what it is. It's Angry Birds. It's not going to be a groundbreaking movie, but yeah, considering it was a mobile game based on, it's done well.
Sure. I'll give it that because, yeah, you're right. It was based on a fucking video game. All right, let me go and find this top 10 list that I found.
I've got my fifth one.
Yeah, what's your fifth one, bud?
No, we did 5, did we?
Uncharted. I thought it got shit on.
It was a pile of shit, man.
I enjoyed it.
Tom Holland was not the right person. Neither was Mark Wahlberg. If go online, this will prove how much of a bad movie it was. Go online and watch the fan-made film that has Nathan Fillion in it, and the guy who's the baddie in the first Avatar.
That's not fair. You put Nathan Fillion in anything, it's gonna be better.
No, but it was like 12 minutes long, and it shit on the movie, like shit on it. It looked at the movie and went, you know what? You are not even worth the toilet paper to wipe the ass of me.
I enjoyed it
because watch the fan film on YouTube.
I'll watch it.
It is, you'll watch it and be like, yeah, I get what he's talking about now.
Watch it.
And I've never played the game.
No,
I have no interest in ever playing the game. I just know that was a better film in 12 minutes or whatever long it goes for than that fucking disaster of a film with a floating pirate ship was.
Okay, Brock, what's the list? We need to get him on before it continues.
I've got one more.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And this is another one of those movies that everyone's going to say was shit, and it's along the lines of Uncharted, and that's the Need for Speed movie. I really enjoyed the Need for Speed movie. I thought it was good.
It was done. It was
whatever, but it was a movie where you could take the name off it, and it was just a fun racing road trippy movie. Yeah. And I mean, it has Jesse in it, what's his name?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
From Breaking Bad.
Really, really nice cars.
Yes, that's true.
And some really, really good crashes. And just the scene where he's out the front of the fucking thing, just doing burnouts and shit around the roundabout, and the cops are chasing him. And it was an enjoyable film.
I had an honourable mention, which was Hitman. I just didn't throw it in there because I hadn't played the game, so I couldn't really talk about it.
The games are good.
But yeah, Hitman was one I enjoyed at the time.
I have my fifth one, which is The Prince of Persia, Sands of Time with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, that was okay.
Never played the games, so I obviously wasn't ever comparing the game to the movie. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. I like the concept of the button on the knife that slows down time and shit, and the scene where he's trapped under the sand and he's like fighting the scorpions with his chin. I found that entertaining. Yeah. But yeah, all right, give us a list.
All right, so coming in at number 10 was Street Fighter 1994.
Yeah, okay.
Number 9.
Wait, the anime?
No.
Because if we're going on to, didn't even think to include anime. The Street Fighter 2 animated movie with an anime, fucking awesome movie. Yeah. Awesome.
Number 9 was Rampage from 2018.
No.
Yeah.
I thought the same.
Not even I could justify that one.
Number 8 was Uncharted.
No. So far this list is fucking horrible.
I know. It gets better. Resident Evil.
Like the good ones or Raccoon City? Okay, yep, I'll enjoy that.
So yeah, 2002. Mortal Kombat from 2021.
It was a good movie, but
it was fine.
It does not even come in the same tier as the OG Mortal Kombat, motherfuckers.
Tomb Raider, the 2018
version. Really? Over Jolie's?
Yeah.
No, I'd go Jolie's.
I'd like to see the one. My only critique of Jolie's ones was I think Jolie was a bit stiff at times in that role.
Oh, she was not the right person to be that.
So let's just say this list was a top 10. You can tell that it was done by someone who likes Street Fighter and then picked another 9 more modern movies. Number 4 was Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I can see why that. It wasn't a bad movie at all.
Version. Number 3 was Detective Pikachu.
Yep.
Number 2, Werewolves Within. I actually didn't know what this one was.
Never heard of it.
And number 1 was Sonic 3.
I'd go 2 over 3 in all honesty.
I'd almost go 1 over both of them, really.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed 2 because it had more of the... we've talked about this in our rundown of it. It had more of the Sonic characters and less of the humans were kind of just like the side thing.
Yeah.
Whereas in the first one, it was very much like a lot of humans and some Sonic
Yes.
kind of stuff. And
Yeah, and that's my issue with Knuckles. It was very human based,
Yeah.
not Knuckles based.
and also number 2, you get fucking Super Saiyan Sonic. So
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. So yeah, the list itself was shit, but
Yep.
it's always fun to take a shit list and talk
I
about some
feel
stuff
like
that we want to talk about.
I feel like we could also then spin this off in a future episode and do our top 5 worst adaptations, because there's a fucking bunch of stinkers out there.
my top one,
I've got the top of my head. That's only, it's only 'cause-
Uncharted. No, it would be the TV series version of Mortal Kombat.
Never seen it
That's right. Most people don't even know it existed because it was shit.
because the YouTube series is fucking amazing.
Yeah. I always forget about the YouTube
I know,
series.
it's
Oh,
so
it was
good.
so good. Oh, I wish that got turned into the movie.
I know.
Because that was meant to happen and it never fucking
Well, the
happened.
first one was the pilot for it. And
Yeah.
It just didn't. So he said, "Oh well, fuck it, I'll go
and they
make
got
a
the
YouTube
series,
series."
and the series was fucking awesome.
It really was. It really was. Zach's
And-
looking at us with a blank face.
Go on YouTube and type in Mortal Kombat. What was it called?
YouTube series.
Oh shit!
It'll come up.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, the pilot one's really good, and they made 2 seasons of
2
It
seasons.
was like a YouTube.
Does YouTube still make TV shows?
It was when they were making their
Yeah.
TV show stuff. It was 2 seasons of that. It was really like strong episodes the whole way through. Each one followed a different character kind of thing.
And
So the only one I've
linked
watched is
in-
Cobra Kai, and that was only when it came to Netflix.
Yeah.
And I definitely think the YouTube seasons were the strongest seasons.
And also, if we're going down the rabbit hole of the YouTube fan made stuff, I think we've talked about this before. The Power Rangers one, it's like a gritty adult Power Rangers fan made film. It's got James Van Der Beek in it, and it's fucking. You watch and you're like, I want that movie. Make that movie.
Going down the fan made, there is some fan made 40K shit.
Not anymore because Warhammer Borderlord.
Yeah, well, this is this was before they did it. But one of them made a movie, and it was fantastic. It portrays Space Marines as Space Marines. It's fucking
Astartes?
fantastic. No, it was before Astartes. I'll have to track down the name of it.
Astartes was so good.
Astartes is also brilliant.
Yeah, and the guy that made that was the animation overseer on the secret level episode.
Yeah, because Warhammers were like, you did a good job. We're going to actually bring you in.
And I love that they're like, we're going to hire you, but you have to take Astartes down. And he's like, okay. And then like 1 second later, 500 fans have gone, we're just going to upload that again.
Yep.
We're not paying for this Warhammer shit. Fuck you. We want this for free, motherfucker.
Exactly.
And we're getting a follow-up to Astartes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's making the next version of it.
Yeah, okay.
Which is it looks really good. The trailer was
I
on.
think
I think
I
we've
have to
talked about
watch.
the trailer actually.
I think I have to go
looks
and watch
pimp.
the first stuff.
All right, that's pretty much it. Before we finish up,
I've got breaking news.
just wait, ladies and gentlemen. Let me play the breaking news thing. Here we go.
I thought your Pokemon was the breaking
No,
news.
no,
I thought
no.
fucking you missed the boat there, mate.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen.
This means
We
nothing
have
fucking
breaking news. Breaking news. This just in. Breaking.
See, the thing with podcasts is, unless you're doing them live, breaking news doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's
What's the breaking news that is no longer breaking news?
Virgil van Dijk just re-signed for Liverpool.
Oh, cool.
Means a lot to me.
Who is he?
Soccer player.
Yeah.
What's Liverpool?
A place.
What's soccer?
Look at my shirt.
Football.
What's football?
Soccer.
What's soccer?
We're not doing this.
Red card, motherfucker.
Back to you. That's it. It's important to
Look,
me.
the only player I know, and this is simply because, and I don't understand why this is, my son knows who it is, and that's Messi. And because Messi has somehow become a YouTube celebrity for people who don't even know what soccer is.
Messi, as soon as you said the only person I know, it was either going to be Messi or Ronaldo. It's literally because...
No, but like Messi is like my son will watch like these fucking like what are the 9x16 YouTube shorts, and like it'll just be some dude like, and they pretending to be the voice of Mr. Beast and all these other famous YouTubers and stuff, and then like Messi comes up like, I own a Ferrari, rah, rah, rah. My name is Messi, and I'm like, who the fuck is Messi? and my son's like, he's a soccer player. I'm like, you don't know what soccer is.
This
Speaking of soccer,
is a hockey house,
Okay.
everybody.
next week,
Yes.
sports movies.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sports
got
movies. Because I was
three.
about to mention one. I'm like, no, I'll keep it for a sports movie.
But basketball's off the list because it's obviously going to be at the top of everybody's list.
It's not on mine.
I wouldn't necessarily say it was on mine either.
Yeah, I can already tell. I already know my number one right now.
Oh, you guys suck.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to pick between three. It's trilogy.
All right, so sports movies. Okay, cool.
I think I know what yours is.
Yeah.
Are we doing the
I already
same
know.
thing?
Is the third movie really bad? Yeah, I know exactly what trilogy yours is.
It's good in its own way.
No, it's not.
Are we going to do the same thing to TV and movies, or just do movies?
Maybe just do best.
Let's just do. We'll do five of the best and five of the worst.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it can just be TV
Whatever.
series, movies, whatever you
Okay,
want.
cool.
So you now know that's happening next week. So get fucking excited and come back for that.
Watch us forget about it.
For those of you watching on the YouTubes and those of you who have Daredevil-esque powers and are listening on the podcast and can see the things that are happening via your supernatural senses, on the front of the table here, we have 3 large miniatures. Let's zoom in on this camera and you'll be able to see them. So we have these 3 miniatures here. They are Defender X Extreme from the Monster Apocalypse game. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. It's now 3D printable, all that stuff on My Mini Factory. And this is what we are doing for our painting competition now. It's our first big one, first non-DC. And this is the first one where
They're all different.
You're not picking of 3 models that are pretty much painted the same. So I think this is going to be a hard one for people to vote. It's going to be very interesting. Obviously, no hints as to whose is whose.
I was presented with this when I was severely hungover, this model. And from the pictures I saw, I thought, oh, it's going to be roughly maybe, a Space Marine or a Terminator size. Brock handed it to me and I was like, holy fuck, that's a big boy.
Yeah. So for those of you watching, it's like, half my
Size of your
hand.
palm.
So yeah, it's a big mini. They're meant to be giant things fighting kaiju, so they're big.
Exactly.
So we will, as usual, chuck them up on the socials. Go and put your vote in for which one is your favorite. I think, has everyone won one so far?
No.
Oh, that means you haven't won one?
No.
Oh, poor Brocky. Get better.
Thanks.
So hopefully you all like Brox and he can win one. But yeah, they'll be up on the socials. Vote for them, share it, vote. We want as many people possible to vote. And on top of that sharing thing, share the episodes. Make sure you like and subscribe and do all that stuff. We want to get more people watching this random shit.
And just to leave comments and let us know what you want us to talk about in future. We've got a few comments and topics in the past, which has been great.
We are very open to talking about whatever you want us to talk about. We're whores.
And if you're not comfortable about commenting, just send us a message. We'll have a look.
Yeah, we check the messages on the Facebook and all that, and on the Instagrams and stuff.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you want a subject? We'll talk about it. Anything else?
Probably.
No, that was silence.
I felt like I had something percolating. Just no.
Okay, well, thank you very much for watching and listening, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate it, and we will catch you next week for episode 62.
See you
Thank you
then.
very much.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to Frantic Nerdcast.
You can find all our latest news and information on Facebook or at franticnerdcast.com.
You can find us on Instagram at Frantic Nerdcast. Find AJ at Weird Art by AJ. Find Zach at Frantic Kaz and myself at Frantic Brock.
Please make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for more YouTube-only content like Sequelize It and Plays Games.